For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
$1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
for the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the whole difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional-grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville.
With over 60 new vehicles in stock on the ground, you can take delivery now.
Every new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and all DeArmond certified used vehicles are tagged with one low sale price.
DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford, Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford, Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hey, what's up? Hello from Southeast Polk High School. Tuning into some CIML wrestling on Thursday night here on CISN TV. Cody Goodwin and Coach Vornes here with you for what should be a pretty fun one here between the second-ranked Southeast Polk Rams and fourth-ranked Johnston Dragons. We appreciate you tuning in, and we apologize for the delay. Had quite a few JV matches to start the evening. We'll get varsity rolling here before too much longer. Going to start the night at 195 pounds. Coach, a lot of fun matchups here, potentially on paper. It doesn't sound like we're going to see the full A team from Johnston tonight, which is a little bit of a bummer, but still some really good wrestlers that could take the mat tonight here between the Rams and the Dragons, yeah?
Yes, I'm looking forward to a great start right away at 195. They're thinking that this could be a very interesting matchup between Colby Gibbons and Southeast Polk as Thaden Abbas, who it's going to be a thrilling start for the night. And then there's going to be a couple of key matchups as we go through. I'm looking forward to 113, looking forward to 126, 152. A big match tonight could be at 170. A lot of things could go very interesting, but unfortunately, Johnston, no different than any place else right now, seemingly in the state of Iowa. Little bit of the illness bug floating around. But as you said, better now than later.
Right, yeah. A little bit of a, sounds like maybe just a small flu bug or a cold bug just kind of going through the Johnston room right now, which is a little bit of a bummer, knowing the two teams that we have matched up here tonight. Mentioned Southeast Polk ranked second in IA Russell's most recent Class 3A team rankings. Just came off of the Gardner-Edgerton tournament down in Kansas. Pretty highly credentialed tournament with a lot of strong regional competition. The Rams ended up second there. Johnston ranked fourth in the most recent rankings. Went to Newton last weekend, crowned 3 champs. Had a few others contribute to a third-place team finish. Again, not the full A team there for the Dragons last year. I know they got pretty high expectations for this season. Rams haven't quite seen the full A team from them either, but man, you look at this Ram lineup and just the handful of freshmen that are starting to contribute now, handful of returning wrestlers that they've got from last year's state championship team. It's a really good Rams team again this year, Coach.
Yes. What would have been very interesting had the injury bug and the illness bug not come around. 285 would have been a very interesting match tonight as well. A couple of underclassmen, Nick Darling from Johnston could have gone up against Cooper Martinson. They met in the AAU state tournament, and Darling came away with a victory there. So, yeah, on paper, I think we were all very excited to see what was going to happen. I certainly don't want to say this is going to be a letdown because it's still wrestling. It's still going to be state of Iowa wrestling. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. But, Polk by themselves, I can't wait to see what happens, because a lot of times when we look at their state rankings, number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, sometimes they're pretty close together. There's been years where 1 and 2 were just light years ahead of everybody else. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out, especially with Waverly Shell Rock sitting up there right now at number 1. Can they stay there? Can Polk make a run at it? Can Johnston get healthy, make a run at it? But right now, Polk's looking pretty good.
They are very, very early part of the 22-23 season here. Should still be a fun duel tonight. A lot of talent that's going to take the mat. We are going to take a short break while they finalize some of their early duel festivities here at Southeast Polk. So we'll be right back with some varsity wrestling between the Rams and the Dragons. You're listening to CISN TV on YouTube.
When you need to conquer the drifts on your property, get the job done your way. The Western Defender Compact Snowplow. All the professional-grade features in just the right size for your mid-sized pickup or SUV. Easy to attach and easy to use. Get the performance to plow like this and finish like this. Western. More jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
Welcome back again to Southeast Polk High School. You're listening to and watching CISN TV. I'm Cody Goodwin here, along with Coach Keith Borness, live for tonight's duel between the second-ranked Southeast Polk Rams and the fourth-ranked Johnston Dragons. Coach, we talked a little bit at the beginning about how maybe not the full lineups from either team, but especially from Johnston, maybe with the flu bug going through the room. But still going to be a lot of fun matchups. You talked earlier about how there's still going to be some really fun swing matchups, and we're going to see a lot of talent on the mat tonight, excuse me. And it's always fun when these two teams get together, and it's really, really fun, especially whenever we watch these CIML teams tangle for the season.
Absolutely, and one of the things that we really kind of need to take into consideration here is what Johnston has done over the last several years with Coach Aaron Tecklenburg. I was talking to him a little bit beforehand, and he was talking about when he first got going here, dual meets in the first 4 years, they were about 4 and 14 or 4 and 70 in their dual meets. Since then, they turned it around. They're 70 and 14. So after 8 years, they were right at 500 for their dual meets, and has since then really taken off. So when you say CIML, the depth of the ability of these wrestlers and the strength of the teams has it is really strong. And Johnston has taken the steps with their youth program and all these different opportunities for their wrestlers to take the mat everywhere. It is going to be a lot of fun to see where Johnston can get to, because they've made it to the tier where they are now. But Coach Tecklenburg really wants to see if they can make it to the next step and take on the Polks and the Waverly Shell Rocks.
Tonight's duel could reveal a little bit of that. Going to take one more quick break for the national anthem. We'll be back with some wrestling here on CISN TV.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Welcome back again to CISN TV for some CIML wrestling on this Thursday night. Number 2 Southeast Polk, number 4 Johnston. I'm Cody Goodwin here, along with Coach Keith Borness. Talked plenty about the depth of the CIML coaches. We're waiting for the announcements to get done here before this varsity duel gets going. Just wanted to check in a little bit on the overall depth of the CIML. Most recent rankings in Class 3A, number 2 Southeast Polk, number 4 Johnston, 2 teams were here tonight, as well as number 5 Fort Dodge. I know they're not in the CIML as we know it, or as we did know it, but I still count them. And then you've got number 8 Waukee Northwest, looked pretty impressive at the Dan Gable Donnybrook, a pretty tough season opening tournament this past weekend. And then number 9 Ankeny, who actually beat Johnston week 1 last week in a dual head-to-head. So already a little bit of craziness, a little bit of parity when it comes to some CIML wrestling. Wonder if we'll see a little bit more of it tonight, but already speaks to the depth of the league, right? When the number 4 team already has a loss to another team that's a top 10 team, but Ankeny sitting at number 9 in week 2 here.
Yes, and when we were talking a little bit earlier about where Johnston has been and where they have gotten to, it's, several years ago, Johnston, we wouldn't even consider them to be in that top tier. Polk has made a living at the top of the CIML, and it certainly doesn't seem like they're going to show any signs of slowing down this year. But with this tonight, a few guys that are not going to be in the lineup for Johnston, but it's going to open the door to see what kind of depth they actually have in the wrestling room now too.
Which is a very important part of building your program up, right? If you're a team that's on par, you're a team that feels like you're on par with the Southeast Polks and the Waverly Shell Rocks, you want your depth to come through. And tonight's a really good opportunity, I think, for Johnston in some of these weights to kind of show what they got, right?
Absolutely. And, you take a look at when we get to 106, for example. Michael Diet is going to be wrestling. He's a freshman for Johnston, and he is going to be going up against arguably the toughest golfer in the country in Carter Pearson.
The toughest golfer in the country. I like that. Yeah, no, very talented golfer and also a very, very talented lightweight wrestler for Southeast Polk. Returning state medalist back again at 106. Very credentialed nationally as well. So that's a matchup that we are looking forward to see. We got the flip down there on the mat. Not something I normally pay attention to, but that just tells you we're an inch closer to wrestling.
That's right. And, I was talking to both coaches a little bit this beforehand, and sometimes you ask, all right, is the flip going to be important to you based on where you start in the, what weight class you're going to start in? And both coaches tonight said no. not a deal. We are going to wrestle straight up. In fact, Polk said, yeah, we're not concerned about the flip because I only weighed one person at each weight. So Johnston weighed a couple of different people in at a few weights, but they both said we're going to stay pretty true to form tonight.
We're underway here at Southeast Polk, starting at 195. In case you did not hear the announcement, Thayden Abbas from Southeast Polk, Colby Gibbons from Johnston. A couple of guys that spent their summers wrestling, various age level competitions and regional competitions and doing the freestyle and Greco thing. And as the phrase goes, right, summer wrestling makes winter champions.
Indeed. And, both guys certainly wanting to make names for themselves. And, Thayden Abbas did a great job. He's working in the football program as well. A lot of multi-sport athletes here. Colby Gibbons is, related to that family.
No pressure, kid, right? The Gibbons family.
That's right. Joe, also a coach on Johnston's staff, so he's here not only watching but coaching his son.
About a minute here into this first period. Scoreless, not a ton of action so far, just kind of feeling each other out. Could also be a familiarity thing. Both these guys were on the 16U national dual team this past summer for Team Iowa. Spent quite a bit of time together. Different weights. Now here they are wrestling each other at the same weight. Colby spent most of his summer 170, 182. Thayden around that 95, 220 area. 30 seconds left here in this first period. Still waiting on a shot.
They're both doing a great job of hand fighting and testing the waters to see if there is a possible opening. Some heavy hands out there.
Some good inside control underneath the spotlight. Some fakes there from Thayden Abbas. Interesting clash of body styles as well. Thayden Abbas, a little bit more compact, right? Got that little bit of a football body, fullback-ish, linebacker-ish. Colby Gibbons, very long, very lanky. It's going to make this thing perhaps a little interesting once we get into some actual wrestling positions. None there in a scoreless first period.
Colby Gibbons did not have much of any varsity experience last year for Johnston, and certainly wants to be one of those guys that makes a name for him this year.
Well, and he could be a guy that, you go to some of those national dual competitions over the summer, you go to some of those regional competitions over the summer, and even, the many, many freestyle Greco tournaments locally around the state. And sometimes you got to take your licks a little bit, and teaches you a few things. You take that back into the room to start the winter and, take some steps forward. It's a nice ride here, this first 30 seconds of the second period from Gibbons. This is where a little bit of that length, you wonder how much that might help him.
Well, yeah, and he's got those legs hooked in there very well. But the big thing is all that forward pressure he's got going on right now.
They're doing a really good job of stretching Abbas out. Already picked up one stall call just 45 seconds into this second period. Now he's cranking on a half. See if he can work something out of this. Watch that shoulder, please, ref.
Officiating tonight is Bill Reed, longtime wrestling name. And he is in there looking close.
Appreciate that. Calls a stalemate. We'll restart. 50 seconds left. Still scoreless into the second period. Good job on Abbas there to fight off that half. Looked like Colby for a minute had a pretty good angle on it. Wasn't able to convert. Now, hey, this restart's going to be key here for Abbas.
Indeed, and it's one of those things is how quick can you get up? That's pretty quick.
Up and away, but great job snatching the ankle there from Colby Gibbons. That's, hey man, long and lanky limbs. He's able to just kind of reach out and grab it, and there he goes throwing a boot in.
That's right. We'll see what happens here as he's starting to crank on that. Got a little crossface going here.
Looks like he's able to hold him there. There's two swipes. Got at least 2 back points there for Colby Gibbons after catching Abbas, who stood up, got to his feet. Colby brought him back down through a boot in, got one turn, and 15 seconds left in this second period. We'll see if he can work for another. Good inside wrist control there, too. You can kind of see it on the outside there, able to keep Abbas flat.
Yes, rolling those wrists underneath there and really tighten things down on him.
The details are always important. The details very crucial there for Colby Gibbons, who takes a 2-0 lead into the third period.
Well, he Gibbons did, rode that entire second period out, scored some points. He chose the down, and
Abbas wants to wrestle on his feet.
That's right.
So Gibbons will take a 3-0 lead to start the third period after the intentional stand-up, I guess.
Starting to see a little more aggressiveness here out of Abbas.
Abbas kind of has to go now, so we'll see what he's got. He felt pretty good, or at least it looked like he felt pretty good working a few fakes near the end of the first, and we'll see if maybe he can turn that into some offense here. He's going to need it with 90 seconds left.
Yes, not emergent, but certainly a sense of urgency as we get to 90 seconds left here.
There's a shot by Abbas, turns into head-hands defense, and Colby stuffs the head, covers and circles for 2. That's a 5-0 lead now for Colby Gibbons.
And getting a little cradle here.
He wants a little bit more.
He's getting him stacked up.
He may end up getting the pin out of this.
And does.
Colby Gibbons a pin, 4 minutes, 52 seconds. Johnston Dragons with a 6-0 lead.
Aaron Tecklenburg was talking a little bit about he thought this could be a very interesting matchup, as Gibbons has really shown some strength and gaining experience, valuable experience matches over the summer.
Looked great there, right out the entire second period. Got a turn to take a 2-0 lead, and then turns the intentional escape into some shot defense. Scored and ultimately locked up the cradle. Great pin there from Colby Gibbons to start the night off, bumping up to 220 now. Thomas Loving from Southeast Polk, Jeff Scott from Johnston.
Jeff Scott, part of Johnston's football program. But both guys here trying to make names for themselves as the season is early, but off to a great start.
Good motion there from Loving. Able to kind of use a little bit of fakes to get Scott to react, and just like that, turns it into 2 for a takedown. First points of the night for the Rams.
Nice job controlling the head and heavy hands as he drug Scott down to the ground.
Good job of keeping him flat thus far, and especially right there in the middle of the mat. Scott doing a good job staying active. Building his base back up, but Loving again flattens him out. We approach the midway point of this first period.
Well, it looks like he's got a little crossface here. Potential butcher coming.
Looks like he's got it locked and is able to get the roll. Can he settle? Scott's doing a good job of just staying active, trying to fight off his back.
Nice switch off to the reverse half and done.
And there's the pin there for Thomas Lovin. Back-to-back pins, one for Johnston, one for Polk, and we got a 6-6 tie after 2 matches.
And Johnston is going to be open here at 285, so that match went quick as Cooper Martinson takes the forfeit.
And that gets us right to one of the toughest golfers in the country. Oh. Carter Pearson coming to the mat now, Southeast Polk. Looks like he's going to be wrestling Michael Diet. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from Johnston.
Yes. Johnston was looking at having Caden Leonard, a sophomore, out injured right now at 106.
Next up, 106 pounds.
Opening the door for Diet.
Diet, according to the PA announcer. Tough assignment here for him tonight with Carter Pearson, returning state medalist, All-American this past summer. And you can see the speed and slickness there. Quick takedown 12 seconds in, and immediately Carter Pearson back in for 2 more. That's 2 takedowns in 20 seconds. And folks, you can see why we're pretty high on this kid.
One of the things that Pearson is doing a great job of is he is actually allowing Diet to get to that neutral position so that the next takedown can happen.
Working some good fakes, working good hand control. Carter Pearson very quick.
Very, really, really good technique here. You can see there on that takedown, he's able to throw a knee in to catch the Turk, take Diet over to his back, so 2 plus at least 2 more back points. Looking at a 10-3, now a 10-4 lead for Carter Pearson, and we're just 61 seconds in.
Yeah, it's been a very fast start, but one of the things that Pearson is doing so well, he changes levels. Great heel pick.
Don't need to change too much level for that one.
No.
And trying to go right back to that outside. Able to pick it again. Just a little bit of a clinic here from Carter Pearson. About 35 seconds left. He's going to run a bar arm. This one could be done in a hurry. And it is. Carter Pearson pinned in 1:28 after building a 14-5 lead. That gives the Rams a 18-6 lead after 4 matches.
Coming up next at 1:13 could be one of those swing matches as Johnston is going to bring in sophomore Chandrell Thompson. Preseason number 11. He's got 1 loss on the year, but he's got a pretty tough freshman to go against with Will Oberbrecking.
Could be a very fun matchup here. Will Oberbrockling, very talented freshman. Seems like Polk gets another talented freshman or 2 every single year, but speaks to their youth program and the tradition that they've set here. And you can see Will Oberbrockling, good technique thus far, but Thompson doing a good job of stuffing the head. Really good job controlling hands there. When Oberbrockling gets in on a shot, Thompson immediately goes to his hands, and you can't let up when you're defending hands like that because will do what he did there, come across for the finish. 2-0 lead, 40 seconds into this first period.
Nice job by Oberbrockling to get that hip drop down, and now he's running an arm.
Full set of back points coming here for Will Oberbrockling. Maybe more if he can settle a little bit, trying to sit out on this bar.
Sit through
arm.
there. That is some very tough bridging there.
And with
by Thompson.
About 50-some seconds left to go. You wonder how long he can hang out. Find a way to wiggle out of it. Not sure that Oberbrockling has this in a very tight position, but sitting on 3 back points, so 40 seconds left. If Thompson can get out of this, could be a different match. Boy, that doesn't look comfy.
It does not look comfy at all. Thompson's certainly thinking, man, I hope there's a basement in this place.
Pin for Will Oberbrockling, another one for the Rams. That is a 24-6 lead now after a pin in 1:20.
1:20, Johnson is going to bring freshman out, Marcos. And freshman Justice Jessaroga. Heard that name before.
Another Jessaroga here for Southeast Polk. This one, Justice at 120 pounds, another impressive freshman, and you can see there, takedown 7 seconds in, immediately locking up a cross wrist tilt. Jessaroga family very well known around these parts, right? Oldest brother Joel, now a freshman at Iowa, was a state champ for the Rams, multiple-time state medalist, junior All-American this past summer. Nate Jessaroga, 2-time state champ, cadet world bronze medalist a couple summers back, and now here's Justice. No pressure, kid. Brother set a high bar.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach.
That was nice.
Is that one of those things where you're trying to figure out if your eyes really did see what you think you saw?
Oh, I know exactly what I saw there, but that was just great execution there from a freshman. Not super surprised given the name here, but still impressed to see it live. Justice Jessaroga, another takedown, and refs holding 3 back points. Is going to carry a 9-1 lead unless he settles in and gets the fall here, and he does. 1:04, Justice Jessaroga, another pin for the Rams. Suddenly, that 6-0 lead for Johnston is now a 30-6 lead for Southeast Polk.
It has disappeared quickly. I was talking to Jake Agnich, Southeast Polk's coach. He's took over in 2020 here, but kind of inherited a place that the cupboards are usually always stacked.
Not a bad gig if you can get it.
No, 60-3 in his start. That's pretty impressive.
up to 126 pounds, and this is maybe where Johnston can stop the bleeding a little bit, as we've already seen Joshua Anglo ranked 6th at 126 by IA Russell. Already a quick takedown against Nash Hansen. 126, 132 area normally manned by Nate Jesseroga. Not seeing him in the lineup tonight. So we'll see Nash Hansen. Would think that whenever Nate returns, he'll probably go 126 since Southeast Polk has Logan Trineri, returning state medalist, at 132. Just going to make a tough lineup that much tougher whenever that man decides to come back.
Nash, for Polk, also a golfer. If it works at 106, why not at 126?
Creeping up on the halfway mark here this first period. Anglo decided to take Hansen to his feet to start, but Hansen able to kind of scramble his way to take Anglo to his back there near the edge. Ran out of room, so we'll restart in the center, but good fight there after giving up the early 2.
Yeah, certainly not shying away from anything.
I'll tell you what, among the many things that a lot of these elite programs do, and you know, the way they develop their kids, you know, to separate themselves from some other schools around the area, Polk definitely preaches not to be scared. Don't fear the opponent. To go out there and take advantage of the opportunity. And you know, against a lot of schools that they may wrestle this year, sometimes the competition in the room is tougher than what they'll see on Thursday night duels.
Absolutely. Things just got a little tough on the mat, though.
Joshua Anglo, really nice, taking him feet to back. So he's got 2, refs holding 3, but he wants more. So it'd be a really nice pin there for Johnston. He seals it, minute 41. Dragons back on the board after a pin from Joshua Anglo.
If there was going to be a question about, hey, I wonder how many bonus points are going to be happening here, I'm going to say that there's quite a few.
We've only seen bonus points, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins plus a forfeit at 285. Nothing but 6 points being handed out tonight. We're bumping up to 132 now. Logan Trineri from Southeast Polk. Carson Cornwell from Johnston.
Cornwell off to a great start this year. He's 6-0.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Logan Trineri, a little long, a little limmy, kind of funky. Gives up the early takedown, though. Cornwell, nice job floating his hips over to avoid the funk there, and covers for 2, and immediately Trineri's fighting back in on a leg. Watch the knee, please. Got some good action here in the first 40 seconds of this one. Trineri trying to throw his hips over. Cornwell kind of went crotch lift action there. Trineri breaks his grip. Comes up anyway, 2-1. Exciting first minute here, 132.
A lot of action as they lock up again.
You know, Trineri was a guy last year, a little bit of a slower start, but man, when he came on, things started clicking in early January. That kid went on a tear, ended up 5th last year at the state tournament, scored some crucial bonus points for the Rams. I think he had 3 pins out of his 6 matches at the state tournament. And there he is showing his offensive repertoire, scoring a takedown to take a takedown lead with 30 seconds left in this first period.
Trineri getting that leg locked in. Cornwell doing a great job, great flattening out on the mat, trying to stay long. Trying to work his way back up to his base. The leg comes back in.
Southeast Polk doing a really good job leg riding. Went on top. Of course, we've seen Johnston do that as well with Colby Gibbons in that first match at 195. First period ends 3-2 lead for Logan Trineri here at 130.
Cornwell getting a little instruction there from Coach Tecklenburg.
Going to start the second period on her feet. A lot of action to start in that first period. Hope their gas tanks hang up, because if they can keep the action going. Definitely a change of pace from what we have seen so far. Southeast Polk 30-12 lead. We're into the 8th match tonight, so we've just crossed the halfway point. Trineri in on a shot, pops his head out and covers for 2. That's a 5-2 lead now, takes him over. Doesn't get the quick count. Yeah, nothing but pin, nothing but. Plus the forfeited heavyweight for Cooper Martinson. 6 more points for Polk there. And just like that, Cornwell comes out with a reverse. Makes it 5-4. Looks like he's got a cradle if he can adjust his grip.
And does. Oh, wow. This is Trineri fighting off his back.
One of the issues of wrestling, just you never know where the post is coming from. See, now Trineri in on a shot, kinda. Scores a reversal of his own, 7-4.
And tightening up a half. He's got the left arm pinned pretty well.
Might want to watch that. Well, he let it go. The other interesting thing about long and limby guys, like the 2 guys on the mat right now, they ain't done growing yet.
No. Uh-oh.
Quick stall call. All right.
I suppose with all the action that we saw earlier, little lull here.
Yeah, if they pause for 10 seconds, hey. Nice turn there for Trineri. Ends up getting 2 backs out of that. And now he's going over for the... There it is. Pin for Logan Trineri. Train keeps rolling for Southeast Polk. Now a 36-12 lead after Logan Trineri's pin at 132.
And Trineri a little slow to get up here.
Looks like he's favoring his left arm,
maybe
hanging on the shoulder. He's okay.
Next up at 138 pounds for Johnston, Niall Boganovic. And for the Rams, Trevor Oberbrockling.
Moving up to 38 now, Trevor Oberbrockling from Southeast Polk, Niall Boganovic for Johnston. One of those, maybe call this a swing match.
Yeah. Senior against a sophomore.
Trevor Oberbrockling doing a good job kind of changing levels and creating movement, but first shot goes out of bounds and we'll restart about 30 seconds into this first period.
I'm trying to remember from previous years the fastest meet that I had gone to.
Well, you got a date tonight?
No, well, you know, it's a school night. And this could, if things continue, be one of those meets.
It could be very fast from start to finish, and Trevor Oberbrockling connects for 2 on the edge, able to adjust and score 2 backs, decides to start from his feet off the restart, so a 4-1 lead for Trevor Oberbrockling. Again, up and down with the level changes, working a 2-on-1 now near the edge. We'll walk him out of bounds, another stall, a new stall call, but...
Well, Mr. Reed is not wanting any lulls.
He might have someplace to be tonight.
That's right, right.
Nice shot there from Trevor Oberbrockling, and he does a good job there catching the elbow. See if he can use that to add to his now 6-1 lead.
Boganovic has had the leg there for a second, but gave it up.
Good job from Oberbrockling keeping Boganovic flat. 30 seconds left here in this second period. 6-1 lead. Oberbrocklin's got the wrist. Not sure what he's trying to do with it.
I'm waiting to see him do kind of a gate roll here, but
yeah, I'd like to see him kind of shoot his head through the hole and, you know, cross wrist tilt, catch him on the other side, but he seems content with inching toward the boundary as we're under 5 left in this second period. Or is it still the first? It might still be the first. You get a bunch of pins, you think a restart's the end of the period.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not how that works here.
No. You know, speaking of wrestling near the edge of the mat, I was talking with Louis Curtis before the meet started tonight, and I wanted to get a little more...
Sitting over there down on the stands, probably keeping an eye on the refs tonight.
That's right. I wanted to get a little more insight into scoring points on the edge of the mat. After that, it's still clear as mud, as the officials now have so many things to look for as to whether they're in, scoring points, out, or whatnot. A lot of limbs and shoulder blades to be looking out for.
Up and out early in this second period, a 7-1 lead now in control. Some good action there in that first period. See if he can keep it rolling. It's been a bonus point train for the Rams so far. A lot of pins. Literally every match that has been contested tonight has ended in a fall. First for Colby Gibbons from Johnston.
Nice deep single there.
Oberbrockling finishes. Kind of had a leg lace technique there, but he'll break off and climb up. 9-1 lead now halfway through the second period. Major decision territory now with Oberbroeckling's 8-point lead.
And we're getting into a stall call's got to be coming here pretty soon. We've gone 15 seconds without much action.
I don't think yet. I love a quick whistle sometimes, but yeah.
Oh, nice job there by Bogdanovich as he...
taking advantage of Oberbroeckling's decision to come up a little bit.
And is awarded the escape.
As he should be. Oberbrockling lost control. So we got a 9-2 lead now for Trevor Oberbrockling, 25 seconds in the second period, and he's back in on a shot.
Nice front headlock there by Bogdanovich.
Ten seconds left here in this second period. We might finally see a third period here tonight.
Well, I didn't sign up for that.
9-2 lead for Trevor Oberbrockling heading into the final period. Bogdanovich going to start down. Oberbrockling says no. Take a point. We'll start on our feet.
Polk is kind of making a statement. We are going to wrestle you from our feet and take you down.
You know, in a duel like this, where I don't want to say it's over, but it seems to be fairly much in the Rams' favor, favor anybody to try and work on some things when you know you've got a pretty decisive lead, both team score-wise and Oberbrockling here with a 9-3 lead to start the third. Wonder if this is head coach Jake Agnish's opportunity to be like, hey man, get on your feet. Let's rustle through here. Let's finish these positions. Let's blow your lungs out a little bit of.
Absolutely.
And if your opportunity to try and climb back in, try and see if you can score some points here. Oberbrockling with a nice little shuck by, but Bogdanovich grabs the leg. You know, hey, you're down 9-3, opportunity to go on your feet. What can you do with it?
That's right.
The match within the match.
Things not moving here real decisively. We'll see if Mr. Reed allows this to continue or stalemate. So,
Bogdanovich has the leg out and is able to score. See now, hey, 55 seconds left. You're down 4. See what the orders from the corner are.
Well, I think the would probably be you got to get him turned.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
Not so much.
Oberbrockling connects on a reversal. Bogdanovich got a little too high. Now an 11-5 lead for Oberbrockling. 30 seconds left in this match. We might finally see a match go to completion tonight.
Indeed. Both coaches right there on the edge of the match, getting some instruction out to their guys. Both coaches state runners-up in high school. Tecklenburg at Marshalltown and Agnich at Ames. But only one of them wrestled in college.
I believe that would have been Jake Agnich out at Wartburg.
A little bit. You know why Tecklenburg didn't wrestle in college, right?
I don't believe I've ever asked him that.
It's a very interesting story. He decided to go play football at Iowa. Had a little help from Iowa State wrestling. He was going to go and he was up on the visit. And they said, hey, we'd really like to have you come in and wrestle, but we got this guy from Ohio that's going to be coming in. We're probably going to give him the bulk of the scholarship. And he didn't know who Zach Thompson was. But he certainly does now, as they are very good friends and coach together. And he'll tell you that it was a great decision by Iowa State to take Thompson and put him into that lineup.
Trevor Oberbrockling closed down Oberbrockling, if I can enunciate properly. Closing down that match at 138 with a 13-6 win. Gives the Rams a 39-12 lead to the final 5 matches here at 145 pounds. Carson Brown from Johnston. He'll be wrestling Easton Bilodeau from Southeast Polk. 2-0 lead quickly for Brown, able to keep him down on the mat, so maintain that 2-0 lead just 40 seconds into this first period. This is a weight normally manned by Braden Blackorby from Johnston, multiple-time state medalist. Very talented wrestler, kind of the guy that, he's one of those when he came in as a freshman, immediate impact. Very good right away. Unfortunate that we don't get to see him tonight, but maybe that means we get a fun matchup here at 45.
Yeah. He could be moving up tonight.
He could be, yeah. There's Johnston, when fully 100% healthy, have a pretty mean 1-2-3 punch at 45, 52, 60 with Blackorby, Jacob Helgeson, and Owen Helgeson. It's where I believe a lot of their bonus point potential is going to come from and why they are as highly rated as they are. But back to the match at hand here. Carson Brown gives up a takedown, then scores a reversal. Now has a 4-3 lead here, 30 seconds left.
He's got the half in if he can get across. Was not.
Choosing to ride parallel. Now he gets outside. Keeps Bilodeau's head down. Watch for the full. Bilodeau's head up. Great bravery shown by the Johnston cheerleaders there, not moving an inch as the wrestlers go out of bounds, and we'll restart with 14 seconds left. 15 seconds left.
Sometimes you just got to stand your ground.
It's always incredible. You go to these college meets and even at, certain high school meets, cheerleaders mat side doing their thing, and the heavyweights come out there, and there's just a collective move backwards so they give themselves a little bit more space on the off chance that the heavyweights decide to tumble out of bounds.
Yes.
End of the first period. Brown with a 4-3 lead over Bilodeau here at 145. 5 weights left here in this CIML duel. Very decisive 39-12 lead. Escape from Bilodeau makes it 4-4.
And this has been a very entertaining match, a swing match. Both trying to get an arm drag in there.
Good hand control, good inside fighting, hand fighting. Trying to find a window. There's a shot there from Brown. Bilodeau covers.
I was impressed. The leg he shot from Johnston.
Yeah, pretty much. Bilodeau covers for 2. Gives him a 6-4 lead. First lead since 3-2. It's a couple takedowns for Bilodeau. Try across wrist tilt from his feet. He's got at least 2 swipes coming. That was good stuff. That'll break it open a tiny bit. Gives him an 8-4 lead. We're under a minute in this second period.
Very nicely done there by the junior from Polk. And still riding very tough.
Now that they're into the second period, 30 seconds left in the second period, you wonder where the gas tank's at, especially this early in the season. And Brown's coming out, he's got a leg, but...
Got the cradle locked up here.
Bilodeau's got the cradle, trying to rock it back here. Short time in the second period.
Gonna have to lift him up over that arm. And does.
And he gets it. Can he settle in? 7 seconds left. Got the full 3 count. Not sure he'll get the fall, but explosive second period there from Easton Bilodeau. Turns a 4-3 deficit into an 11-4 lead heading into this third period at 145.
See what Bilodeau can do up on top now as Carson Brown takes the down position.
Momentum clearly has shifted in favor of Easton Bilodeau. And there he goes again with that funky cross wrist, kind of shoots his arm through the leg. I'm sure there's an official move for that, but he gets 2 swipes. It's going to put him in major decision territory once the ref awards it.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what that was, but from here on out, if I see it again, I'm just going to call it the billet-doux. So he has the cradle locked up again.
It's like one of those moves you learn at a summer camp, and that's where the clinicians like, there's one thing you take away from this camp, it's that move right there.
That one right there.
This will score you at least 2 points because they won't know what to do. Brown back to his feet. Gets the escape. 13-5 now. Minute left in this third period. Billadou, he's feeling it now. Banging on heads. Creating some action.
Kind of see that confidence taking over. Tried to swipe the head by. And then he shot from across the state, but was able to back out.
Whoa, there's a nice little duck. Takedown for Billadou. 15-5 lead. Seen some slickness from the Rams tonight.
Indeed, this is going to go the, looks like it has a chance to go the distance tonight, but certainly into the
back-to-back matches that have
points.
gone all the way through 6-minute matches. What are we supposed to do with our hands?
Looking to lock up the cradle here again, and I think he got it.
It's a little unorthodox, but he tried his best.
Yeah.
Coming up on 10 seconds left. Pretty solid performance here from Easton Billadou. Trailed early, broke it open in the second period with an escape, takedown, a couple turns, and scored another takedown here in the third period to polish off a 15-5 major decision. 4 more team points for Southeast Polk. 43-12 lead with 4 matches left.
Going into 152 pounds, this is where we would normally see Jacob Helgeson. We'll see who Johnston brings in.
At 152 pounds for Johnston, Jacob Helgeson.
And it is.
For the Rams, Cale Winchett.
Weren't 100% sure who was going to be brought in, but they go with Helgeson tonight.
For those watching from home, we're sitting pretty up high, so we're relying on the PA announcer to help us out since we can't really recognize faces, and as someone who's colorblind, the spotlight doesn't help that. But hey, Cale Winchett helping himself with a quick takedown on Jacob Helgeson here at 152 pounds. Nice finish there, able to pick the leg up. Very patient with that finish, staying in the middle of the mat. Scoring 2 against the top-ranked wrestler in the state, Jacob Helgeson, at 152 pounds. Up and out again, 2-1 now for Winchett, 40 seconds in.
Winchett, a very good multi-sport athlete as well, as is Helgeson, both of them on the football team for their respective school.
Picked the leg up there, another patient finish, scores the takedown for a 3-2 lead. Yeah, both of these programs, excellent wrestling programs and also excellent football programs as well. Southeast Polk now 2-time defending Class 5A state champs as Helgeson works a Turk and a crossface for some back points. Johnston got to the state semifinals for the first time in school history in the large class. And did much better for the Rams than it did the Dragons in the fall, and thus far tonight, operating in much the same results. But hey, Jacob Helgeson with a takedown and turn. Now a 6-2 lead here in the first period at 152.
Both these young men, sophomores, which really goes and shows the depth of the sophomore class across all of the CIML. There are some really talented sophomore athletes.
Not just the CIML, Coach. I mean, all across the state, there's a very talented sophomore class here, that could very well keep Iowa kind of in its signature spot as kind of, one of the premier prep wrestling states across the country. And Jacob Helgeson's part of that, man. Another turn for 3 backs. Now a 9-2 lead heading into this second period. A lot of talented sophomores across the state of Iowa, but like you mentioned, we get a good look at a lot of them here in the CIML in central Iowa. Helgeson goes down to start this second period, and very quickly he's up and out. 10 unanswered points if you're into that kind of thing. After giving up an early takedown, Jacob Helgeson showing exactly why he is considered one of the state's best wrestlers, which is very calm and methodical. And
yes, as fast as it was, as quickly as it happened, it just looked so smooth and calm in how he took control of the match.
And already back in on another shot. Refs awards the 2. Give it a 12-2 lead. Championship pedigree, that Helgeson family. Oldest brother, state champion, now wrestling at Iowa State. Now you got Jacob and Owen Helgeson, two standout wrestlers in their own right. Jacob Helgeson, returning state medalist last year as a freshman, had a tremendous state tournament last year. I believe he finished 3rd, and now he's locking up a cradle on Kale Winget. So another takedown, 3 more back points, possibly even more. It's been 2 matches since we've seen a pin. I think Jacob's trying to get us back on track.
We're due.
Very patient there from Jacob Helgeson to not only lock up the cradle, but find a way to walk Winget over, see if he can settle in. 40 seconds is a long time.
It is a long time. He's just trying to get maneuvered so that he
There it
There it
is.
is.
There's the pin. 3 minutes, 26 seconds for Jacob Helgeson. Impressive showing from him tonight.
Helgeson did a great job getting 2 of his limbs posted. Had to get that 3rd one set, and when he got it done, Bill Reed smacked the mat, and it was all over.
3rd win of the night for the Johnston Dragons. 43-18 lead for Southeast Polk as we enter the home stretch here. Final 3 matches of the evening.
Now, I believe this is Coast CIML for Johnston, as Owen Helgeson was not, they weren't thinking he was going to go tonight. So I'm under the impression that this is Coast.
Yeah, Owen Helgeson, normally Johnston's 160-pounder if all things are, if everybody's healthy, right? Nick Martin here for Southeast Polk at 160 pounds.
Nick Martin currently ranked 12th. But Coast CIML, very interesting story. He's Ukrainian exchange student. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So
welcome to the States, my man.
Well, yeah, he's been here for a year, and when he was scheduled to go back, some things kind of prevented that. So a little extended stay, and Johnson's very happy to have him still.
Stop and stay a while.
That's right.
We're happy you're here. It's interesting. You mentioned Ukraine. The UWW Men's and Women's Freestyle World Cups are this weekend in Coralville. Going to be at Extreme Arena Saturday, Sunday, as Martin scores a takedown for a 2-0 lead. And the Ukrainian women's national team is going to be competing in the Women's Freestyle World Cup. And there's a pin there for Nick Martin. Minute 27 seconds. Another pin for the Rams. But yeah, there's native Ukrainians here competing women's freestyle, and then also part of the unique thing about the World Cup, they put together an all-world team made up of wrestlers from all over the globe, and Ukrainians heavyweight will be representing the men's all-world team at the Freestyle World Cup this weekend.
Wow!
So a lot of Ukrainian presence here in the state of Iowa this weekend. I know it's we're into the thick of high school wrestling season, but
170 pounds for Johnston, Kaya Fox.
Anybody listening who's going to be at Extreme Arena this weekend, come say hello. I will be there all weekend watching some of the best freestyle wrestling on the planet. As for some of the best wrestling here in the state of Iowa, you can count Mike Slade among them. Here at 170 pounds for Southeast Polk, he's got Kaya Fox from Johnston. Mike Slade Jr., past state medalist, All-American wrestler for the Rams. Very, very talented young man. Locking up a cradle, or at least attempting to.
Had Johnston been able to have their full lineup tonight, this could have been a big match, as Coach Tecklenburg is pretty high on Kai Fox, as he only has 1 loss on the year, but certainly has a tall order tonight. And is this Mike or Brent Slade?
Mike Slade and Brent Slade are the same person, but he, in talking with him, he prefers Mike. So we're rolling with Mike.
Then I am going to jump on the Mike bandwagon.
Mike Slade. Mike. See there, a lot of quickness, a lot of power. Able to catch Fox in rear standing, takes him down to the mat. Going to try this cradle again midway through the first period here at 170 pounds.
Mike, a Fargo All-American, ranked number 3 right now.
16U Greco-Roman All-American, was a standout Greco-Roman wrestler in the 15U age level national tournament as well a couple years ago. You know, Mike Slade, part of the 16U national dual team for Team Iowa this summer, went to combine 16-0 over the 4 days out in Illinois between freestyle and Greco-Roman. Was absolutely sensational for Team Iowa this summer.
And he's looking pretty sensational right now as he's got that cradle locked up. Oh, great
Man,
shot
give
by
Fox some credit, man. Slade's gone to that cradle 3 times now, and Fox has said, "You ain't turning me."
So it still remains 4-1.
You know, we were talking before the duel about, you know, have we figured out anything about girls wrestling just in terms of who are the major teams, who are the major individuals. You know, I think we have a pretty good idea of who the major individuals are, and one of them actually is Mike's sister, younger sister, Skylar Slade. She's just a freshman here at Southeast Polk. Incredibly talented freshman, already one of the more credentialed high school wrestlers in the state of Iowa. Was a 16U women's freestyle national finalist, won a Pan American gold medal at the 15U age level this past summer. Very, very talented freshman, very, very talented wrestling family here for the Rams, which is to be expected when you talk Southeast Polk wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I would expect nothing less.
Mike Slade with a 4-1 lead as we begin the second period against Kaya Fox from Johnston. Second to last match here tonight. Don't need to explain too much to catch up on how we got here. A lot of pins from both sides. A lot more in Southeast Polk's favor. They have a 49-18 lead here with 2 matches to go. Second-ranked Rams, 4th-ranked Dragons. Maybe not the entire A team for either side. Seen a lot of good wrestling nonetheless.
Mike Slade did a great job on a standing switch there. Fox answered with an escape. 6-2 in favor of Slade.
30 seconds into this second period. Give Kaya Fox credit, man. Mike Slade came out, guns blazing, scored a couple takedowns in that first period, tried to go get that cradle to maybe put this one away early. Fox standing there battling. Now continuing to hand fight on that escape there in the early in this period, was able to kind of try some setups and stuff on the edge. You can see there's a little bit of confidence there bubbling. Just being able to compete with a guy of this caliber.
That's right.
It's a good thing to see.
Absolutely. Not backing away at all. Guy with a quick, kind of a snap, but to of no avail.
Looks like he's a little hesitant to maybe hand fight Mike Slade, and I get it.
Well, it's not like I'm rushing out there to do it.
Mike working 2-on-1. Looks like he's got over-unders now. See if he uses it. Fox runs out of real estate. We'll restart. 31 seconds left here in this second period. Fox kind of trying to reach for some inside control. Slade doing a good job just kind of bobbing and weaving his head. 2-on-1, turns it immediately into a shot, but Fox, good heavy hips there. Able to keep his head stuffed, and we're back on our feet.
I did not expect that from Fox. That was a good deep shot.
Yes, it was, and already Fox up. Kind of a half shot there, digs an underhook. That's how the second period ends. That's good stuff there from Kaya Fox. Good job.
Yes, if Guy Fox could go back and start this whole thing over, knowing now what he knows.
Well, that's what Monday's practice is for.
Well, I think you're right.
The good thing, you know, these guys are going to go into the weekend and more competitions for both.
Well, they're seeing each other again this weekend, yes?
Both schools. Well, maybe. Where's Johnston headed this weekend?
Well, I'm trying to think that. I was talking to to the coaches. They didn't tell me where they were going, but I felt like I heard both of them say, yeah, we're going to run into each other again this weekend.
Johnston headed to the, I believe that's their own tournament.
Yes.
The Baltsy Invitational. Southeast Polk pull up their schedule as Skate makes it 6-3 now in favor of Mike Slade as we're 40 seconds into
Great
the third
shot.
period. Excellent shot from Kaya Fox. Just runs out of real estate.
See what kind of a finish he can get here in the next
Restart in the center. This upcoming weekend, Polk, it's on their schedule, the Baltsy Invitational. That's at Johnston. So perhaps they'll see each other. I know sometimes Southeast Polk likes to load up their schedule with various tournaments. I know they also have the Knoxville Invitational listed. They have the Bobcat Duels listed. They're also hosting their own JV duel tournament. As Mike Slade connects for another takedown and an 8-3 lead. So we'll see where the A-team goes. Would not mind seeing the A-team go to Johnston this weekend to see these two teams match up again. Always kind of fun to compare and contrast, you know, how do they stack up in a dual meet setting versus how do they stack up in a tournament setting.
Johnston hoping for a couple of good nights of sleep for a few of their fellas and get them back in the lineup.
Maybe some Dayquil, maybe some vitamins. Excellent shot there from Mike Slade, and honestly, the setup there was what kind of made that attack work. But Fox hanging on to, well, he was hanging on to a whizzer. Relentless pressure there from Mike Slade turns it into a takedown. He's going to let him back up again. 10-5, 13 seconds left. Tell you what, man, credentialed as Mike Slade is and as good as he looked tonight, Kaya Fox looked great, man.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. Tough assignment here against Mike Slade, but Kaya Fox, that was good stuff.
Indeed. Something for Coach Stecklenberg to really be excited about.
You know, if you're a coach and you see that and you know your guy might be a little outmanned and they continue to show fight all the way through the 6 minutes, you got to think that's something they can probably work with moving forward.
Absolutely.
10-5 win for Mike Slade. Gives the Southeast Polk 52-18 lead as we head into the final match, and there won't be a final match. 6 more points for Southeast Polk gives us a 58-18 final for the Rams. We will take a short break here, then come back to wrap up this CIML duel on CISN TV.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Our year-end sales event is going on now at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Find out why more people are coming to DeArmond Ford, Indianola to buy their new Fords and certified pre-owned vehicles.
Come see the newest state-of-the-art dealership in the area. Every new Ford and pre-owned used is clearly tagged with one low price. Experience the DeArmond difference.
DeArmond Ford, Indianola, DeArmondFord.com.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Welcome back to Southeast Polk High School. CIML Wrestling on CISN TV. Cody Goodwin here with Coach Keith Borness. Saw a lopsided one tonight, Coach. 58-18 is the final here. Number 2 Southeast Polk over number 4 Johnston. Polk takes 11 of the 14 matchups, 6 pins, 2 wins by forfeit. Johnston 3 wins, all of them pins. What's the biggest takeaway tonight?
I think the biggest takeaway tonight is it's going to be fun when we see Johnston at full strength, because they had some guys step up tonight and make great improvement. They thought, Johnston coming in, thought they could maybe get 5 matches tonight. And it was one of those deals, if they're full lineup, they get a couple of the swing matches to go their way. And who knows, if it's closer sometimes, you got a little more fight in the tank. And so I think a takeaway tonight is that, yes, Polk is Polk. They're going to be good. Johnston on the verge of making that breakthrough into the upper echelon of wrestling here. And the other takeaway is don't mess with the golfers.
A couple of golfers for Southeast Polk helped polish off a 40-point win tonight. Maybe not the full A team that we expect to see from Johnston down the stretch, and to be quite honest, not even the full A team that we expect to see from Southeast Polk when the time comes. But another fun one here this evening. All Rams tonight. 58-18 was the final. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Probably going to be back again next week, next Thursday, for another CIML duel. We will announce those plans as they become available. But for Coach Vorness, I'm Cody Goodwin. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you next time.